today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down the city of Montgomery from the location to the history and all the amenities. We're gonna show you right here. So the city of Montgomery is nestled right along Interstate 71. We actually have 275, Interstate 275 that's on one side, and then cross-county highway that's on the other. Its location is so easy to get pretty much anywhere you'd wanna possibly be. Plus we have Bethesda Hospital that's right on one side. You have Kenwood Town Center that's just outside of the city of Montgomery. You're 20 minutes from downtown Cincinnati. Heck, you're another 20 minutes to Kings Island if you wanna go up there as well. So you have the most proximate location you can imagine. We are sitting here right on Montgomery Road. Off to my left is downtown Montgomery. This is what people love about Montgomery because it's a walking square where you have all kinds of restaurants, shops. You have the new Montgomery Gateway Corridor, which we're actually gonna go walk over and show you in a second. So that's why people gravitate towards this area because location could not be more convenient. So there is so much rich history in the city of Montgomery. It was founded in 1795, and as you walk around, there's actually 32 different landmarks. And one of them is right behind me. This is actually the old Village Hall. So this actually used to be a jail in the city hall, which is pretty neat. But even more interesting is that some friends of ours are actually gonna redevelop the building. It's gonna be a cocktail bar. And in 2025, it's gonna open up. Just some cool businesses that are coming, but they keep the heritage and the old designs of these buildings to really keep the history intact. Another one of my favorite buildings is actually the Universalist Church. My daughter and I, when we drive by, we actually look for the hidden keys because the bricks were actually hand forged and created, and they have imprints of the actual keys on the building. So next time you drive by on Remington and Montgomery, take a look at the Universalist Church to try to find those. Another really interesting piece of history, and there's so much. There was a plane crash in the 80s here in Montgomery. It was actually a prisoner they were transporting from one location and they were gonna land in Lunken Airport, but unfortunately it crashed right off of Main Street and Cooper, just right down the street from where we are today. I heard they're gonna release a podcast on this, and I believe it's almost the 40 or 42 year anniversary of when that happened. So much great history, including the Montgomery Hotel that opened up in 1818, I believe it was. And that was actually for 10 cents a night when you're traveling from Cincinnati to Columbus, that's where you'd stop, which is actually tied to what they're doing in the Montgomery Corridor, which we'll be at in just a moment, where the brand new hotel is gonna open up called the Rambler. So it's kind of giving a little bit of a flashback into history of just what that was. So I love it. I'm kind of a geek on that kind of stuff just because it's really interesting. It's really this history and maintaining the architecture of what you're seeing when you're driving by is what keeps Montgomery so special and why people love it so much, especially the historic city center. So stay tuned with us because we're gonna jump over to a brand new development just outside of downtown Montgomery that people are just flocking to and one of the great amenities here in the city of Montgomery. All right, let's dive into one of the best parts about Montgomery, and that's the amenities. There are so many different features that attract people here to the city of Montgomery. We are standing right now at the Montgomery Corridor. This is a brand new development that's been decades in the making. It actually used to be a couple car dealerships, but they've since developed this all into a master plan mixed use development with the hotel, restaurants, you have shops. Some of my favorites are Kitchen Social, you have Brew Burger, the Library, Kozu. There's just so many great spots, but this is really like the mecca where people come to congregate and just have fun. Of course, you have the Christmas tree lighting that they had just recently over here. It is December, it is cold. I don't have a coat, but I'm just trying to pretend like it's not so cold out here. But this is a great place in the wintertime. In the summertime, they have all kinds of events. So one of our favorites. Of course, we'd be remiss without talking about downtown Montgomery, which is where we were. Downtown Montgomery has walkable streets, tons of shops. For instance, Montgomery Inn. Everybody knows Montgomery Inn. It's one of the most famous restaurants here in the city of Cincinnati. Great ribs, great barbecue sauce, but areas like that, that's what attracts people here. And then you have these brick paver sidewalks that meander through the entire community. Miles and miles of sidewalks. I run on them pretty routinely. I actually love coming up here and just enjoying the sidewalks. You'll see kids out on their bikes. You'll see people out walking. It's a very vibrant, just much used, just loved community on that front. Next up, we have the parks. There are more parks than I can count, from Swain to Dooley to Pioneer Parks, just acres and acres of great, well-maintained parks here in Montgomery. They're all walkable too, that's the best part. You can take these same brick paver sidewalks I was just talking to each and every one, and each one has a little bit of history to it as well. Talked a lot about history, so I won't bore you with a lot of that. But if you go to the City of Montgomery's website, you can see all kinds of shit. So if you take all that together, it really just makes a great community. It's why people love Montgomery. You have the location, you have the history, you have all the amenities. But of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't start talking about the school district. A lot of times when we talk to folks, they say, hey, I've heard the Sycamore School District is really well rated. And that's true. It's one of the top rated in the entire nation. And really, I think it's number 4 in the state of Ohio. So you have great schools. A lot of them have been brand new and they're brand new built. For instance, Sycamore Junior High is brand new. The high school's been renovated and built new over and over again a few different times. And you have really great elementary schools that are highly rated, like Montgomery Elementary, Mapledale, and so many others. So of course, the school district is one of the most attractive features that really brings people into the city of Montgomery because it actually serves Montgomery, Blue Ash. With that rating, people come here because they know they can rely on such a great school district. So obviously, I'm a real estate agent and we focus on selling homes every single day. So we really need to make sure we dive into the real estate just as much. We've talked about so many great features, the top tier schools, all the amenities, the brick paver sidewalks. We've talked about the history, but how about the real estate? So when you look at the micro market here in the city of Montgomery, there's a variety of different home types. You have existing homes like the ones you see behind me. We're here at Swaim Fields over here, just off of Monty and Zigzag. But then you also look at brand new homes like are just across the street, homes ranging from anywhere of $1.5 million to $2.5 million. So there's quite a big diverse range of architecture and of home style here in downtown Montgomery and in Montgomery. But when you look at prices, they range anywhere from $180,000 to almost $2 million in 2023, with an average price point of around $600,000. However, when you jump to 2024, which we're at the end of right now, the average actually jumps up to almost $655,000. So these houses here in Montgomery, you've seen an increase in the appreciation, of course, in the value, but we're also seeing homes sold this year for $2.23 million. And we've been a part of many other ones that are right hovering around that $2 million mark. So there's a lot of really high-end real estate, but then there's homes that are selling in the $190,000, $200,000 price point, but really that average is in that $650 mark right now. So as you're looking at different homes, you got to obviously figure out your budget, know what you like, and then you figure out what areas within Montgomery does your budget fit best. Like a neighborhood like we're in here, these homes can range from $800,000 to $1.2 million. And then when you walk across the street to downtown Montgomery, streets like Ross, Campus, Todd that are really, really sought after, that price point can bump up quite a bit. So we share these details with you so you can see if Montgomery could be the fit for you. Obviously, it's on the higher end of average price points here in the city of Cincinnati, but the community features so many great elements that's really what drives that. We appreciate you spending some time with us to share so much about Montgomery. We love the community. Our office, we haven't really talked about that. We're actually right in the heart of Montgomery. We love it here. We get to walk to so many great restaurants, shops, because there's so much great stuff to offer. Plus, we're close to all the communities we serve between Madeira, Montgomery, Indian Hill, and so many other vibrant communities. But we've also had the pleasure of selling quite a few houses. In the past 10 years, we've sold 106 homes for over $80 million worth of homes here in Montgomery. We know this area. We've been through an overwhelming majority of the homes that have sold. In fact, many others as well that haven't sold just yet. But we love the community. And if you're ever in the market to buy or sell, we'd love to help you out, show you around, take you for lunch, take you for a coffee at Deeper Roots. It's one of our favorite communities. And we hope we've showcased it well enough. If you live in Montgomery, leave a comment below. Let us know how we did. Let us know what we missed so you can share it with somebody else over here. And of course, if you're moving to the area, feel free to pick up the phone and give us a call. We'd love to show you around. Thank you.